The house, the heroine, the supermale, the other woman, and the buried ominous secret are the staples for all Gothic romance novels, including Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre and the Fullbright Company's Gone Home. Russ, page 98. Jane Eyre, an early novel for the Gothic romance genre, meets these conventions in a very traditional way. On the surface, however, Gone Home only fulfills some of the tropes of a Gothic romance, which are outlined by Joanna Russ. She also describes that there are variations. Sometimes two roles may be combined into one character. In this presentation, we will explore how Jane Eyre's traditional elements fit in with Russ's formula for Gothic romance, and how Gone Home revises them for a modern audience. In particular, I will analyse the female supermale created in Gone Home and how gender is irrelevant to the trope. I will be discussing the presence and revision of the house, the heroine, the supermale, the buried ominous secret, and the other woman, which is included on this mind map as it forms a part of both Bertha's and Lonnie's character. However, their characters will be discussed as a part of other Gothic romance elements. For easier viewing, Jane Eyre references are in purple and Gone Home references are in red. The house. Let's begin with the most obvious element the two texts share, the setting of a large, lonely, usually brooding, always named house. The house is a very important element to the Gothic romance genre. Descriptions in novels, or similarly, depictions of the house in a game like Gone Home, contribute the majority of the Gothic component through the use of negative aesthetics. Fred Bonning describes that a setting, such as this house, may suggest supernatural possibility, mystery, wonder, and monstrosity. While neither of the houses are actually haunted, they both hint that there is the possibility of ghostly occurrences in the mansion, that is, until the secret is revealed. Russ's description of the heroine in a Gothic romance outlined the characters of both Jane and Sam in the two texts. Jane is young, orphaned, unloved, and lonely, and matures into the ethical and independent woman she is well known to be by the end of the novel. Sam does not noticeably fulfill these conditions. However, she is young, lonely, shy, and inexperienced. While she is not an orphan, her parents are detached, and she expresses feelings of isolation in her journal. The supermale. Now we will look at the most revised trope of Russ's formula, the supermale. Russ describes the supermale as an older man, a dark, magnetic, powerful, brooding, sardonic man who treats the heroine brusquely, derogates her, scolds her, and otherwise shows anger or contempt for her. This perfectly describes Rochester's character in Jane Eyre. In Gone Home, however, it may at first seem as though there is no supermale. This is where we need to analyse the revisions of the role of this character. Lonnie, the heroine's girlfriend in Gone Home, also carries some of the traits of the supermale. The heroine is vehemently attracted to him and usually just as frightened. She is not sure of her feelings for him, his feelings for her. Lonnie's character is brooding and angsty, which can be seen by her interest in the Riot Girl movement. Sam is unsure of both Lonnie's character and their feelings for each other for a while after they first meet. And while Lonnie does not oppress Sam in the way Rochester does Jane, their homosexual relationship is oppressed by the 1990 society they live in. The nature and attitudes towards their relationship are confined and transgressive for the 1990s, enhancing the Gothic themes of the game. So, while this trope of Gothic romance is literally called the supermale character needn't be a particular gender. It is more of a role, a character with a set personality but no characteristics. Russ's description of a supermale aligns with that of the Byronic hero. The Byronic hero was coined by the poet Lord Byron. This archetype carries traits of Lord Byron himself, along with the characters he designed. With this in mind, we can say that Gone Home is just as formulaic as any other Gothic romance. However, the supermale's gender has been revised for a modern audience. The buried ominous secret. The secret of a Gothic romance is closely tied with the house, usually found in the cellar or attic. Both of our texts contain secrets in the attic. It is where Bertha, the secret in Jane Eyre, resides, and is a refuge for Sam and Lonnie's relationship. The main secret in Gone Home of a secluded lesbian relationship pales in comparison to the other, more sinister secrets the players may discover. Russ describes the secret as being immoral and usually criminal activity on somebody's part, centering around ghastly, usually sexual misbehavior. This not only describes a 1990 society's opinion of homosexual relationships, but also the sexual misbehavior of Sam's mother having an affair and the criminal and ghastly molestation of her great uncle enforced on her father. Joanna Russ's contention that Gothic romance texts follow a strict formula can be proven, especially when considering how characters can be a variation or combination of more than one element. This linking of elements can create a more appropriate narrative for more modern societies, allowing them to revise tropes while also following Russ's recipe for Gothic romance.